Good morning. We are in Tirana. I think this hotel has breakfast. So I'm gonna go and try to find that. And I also need to retrieve my passport because last night they kept it because they don't take credit card payments in the nighttime. And I didn't have cash and I didn't want to pay with cash anyways. So they kept my passport because I need to pay in the morning. So I need to pay, have breakfast, get my credit card. I'm also in kind of a weird place because I'm close to the airport, but like not that close, and it doesn't seem like there's any way to get from here into town, and I have to go back to the airport maybe before I go into town. So that's fun. But anyways, I'll figure it out. Some mountains. There is breakfast, but it's not included. So instead I'm gonna have these spicy paprika chips, which I've been carrying around for days. Also good news is that there appears to be a bus that goes from across the street into Tirana, so I'm gonna try to do that and see if it works. So my backpack strap just broke. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. Cool. Also, this is what the top of that strap looks like, so let's see if it'll last me. So they told me to just come and wait here on the side of the road. Like, I'm literally just like on the side of a busy road in front of some furniture stores in the middle of nowhere in Tirana. And they said a bus would come that says Tirana, so let's see if that happens. Well, it's been a fascinating first hours in Tirana. At this point, I've been here for 12 hours. God, I love these Eastern European filters. Like, look at my nose. Anyways, so I've been here for 12 hours, literally exactly. This morning, I left my airport hotel, and the guy told me to just cross the street and wait for the bus. So as I showed you, as I was leaving my hotel room, my backpack broke, like one of the straps broke. So I have to carry it on one shoulder. Cool. Okay, I actually tried to tie like the two straps together, and more of the strap broke. Like, it just kept breaking off. I don't know what was going on. So I crossed the street and I waited for the bus. I waited about 20-25 minutes, and a bus did come, like a little minivan bus that just had like Tirana written in Albanian on the front, and I got on. Absolutely no idea exactly where it was going in Tirana, but it was going in the direction that I wanted to be traveling. I was watching on my map, so like, cool, at least I'm making forward progress, right? To the like bus station in Tirana, and basically everybody gets off, except I noticed that there's a few people that didn't get off in the back, and I was like, okay, well, I guess it's not the last stop then if not everybody's getting off. But then I just kind of like said to the guy who didn't speak any English, like, Tirana Center, and he was like, no, you have to get off. I mean, he didn't in English, but like we communicated enough that he was basically clear, like, you have to get off here, you get on the bus to Tirana Center. So I had to pay him, and the guy at the hotel had told me that it was fine to pay in euros, because at this point I didn't have any Albanian money, because last night when I arrived I was lazy and I just didn't stop at the ATM because I knew that I could pay for my taxi to the hotel in euros. They told me that specifically, and I knew that I could pay for last night's hotel with a credit card, so I hadn't gone to an ATM yet, so I didn't have any Albanian money, and I tried to give him a euro. He didn't want it on the bus driver, and he kept showing me the leak, I think they're called, the Albanian money, and I was like, I don't have any, like, I just don't have any. And it's 100 leak, which is like €1, so it was like a negligible amount of money, but still I was like, I don't have any, this is all that I have to offer you. And finally he took it. And then I had to get on a city bus to like come more to the center, and because this bus station that he dropped us off at is very much on the outskirts of town. So I walked over, I was like, okay, I need to get cash now, and we're at a bus station, like there should be an ATM, right? There's buses everywhere. It was pretty chaotic. Albania's a little bit chaotic, Tirana at least so far. Love it, love the energy, but chaotic. And so I walked over to a gas station and I didn't see an ATM, and then I saw these like attendants, and I was like, sorry, ATM? And they pointed this way, and the guy was like clearly understanding English, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity, and I was like, bus to Tirana Center, and he was like, oh, this one here. And I was like, okay, and then they started giving me coins. So they were like, these two guys were like rooting around in their pockets, and they gave me a coin for the bus. It was 50 Albanian monies. I think they're leaks, but I don't know if I'm saying that right. Which is basically like 50 cents, right? So it's not a huge amount of money, but still I hope that man, I hope that karma is in his favor for the next however long that 50 cents buys you. Okay, so I get on the bus and don't know where this bus is going either, right? It's just going towards the center. And I have a place marked. Like, I have a apartment booked, but I couldn't check in until 2, and it's now like 12:30ish. So I was going to head to a cafe where I was going to like get on the Wi-Fi, get the information to get into the apartment, which was really, the cafe was near the apartment. Okay, cool. So I got to the cafe, I joined the Wi-Fi, And then I say to the woman, like, is credit card okay? And she was like, no, the machine's broken. I was like, fuck, okay, I still don't have cash, can't pay for a credit card. And as I'm joining the Wi-Fi and my messages start coming through, I get a message from the host of the apartment, which is not Airbnb, mind you. It is on booking.com, still an apartment though. And he's like, let me show you. This is our conversation that we're having, right? I say, first he just kind of says hello, and I'm like, okay, hello, but like the reason why I'm contacting you is because I don't have any information. Like, I don't even have the exact address of the apartment. I have like the vague booking.com address, like mark on a map, but I need an address. And also, like, it says there's a lockbox. I don't have a code for a lockbox. Can you give me the information? And he goes, sorry, but at the apartment you booked, I am having a problem. And I was like, what do you mean? This is at 1:08 p.m. My check-in is at 2 p.m., so it's less than an hour away. With water leaked, and we found it flooded today, and it can't be ready. And then I was like, okay, so what do you expect us to do? And like, listen, I know it's not his fault. Obviously, it's not his fault, but it's less than an hour until check-in. And my presumption is he knew about this, but he was hoping he could have it fixed in time, which is fine. But if he'd told us earlier, I could have like tried to sort something out before I left my hotel in the morning. Anyways, also, you know, this woman who I'm at the cafe, she's just told me that I can't pay by card, so I need to like leave, which means I need to leave Wi-Fi. And so I find another place to go, and I go there. They don't take card. Okay, I go to another place. They don't take card. Okay, I finally end up at like basically a fast food chain, like a Greek fast food chain. They take card and they have Wi-Fi. So I sit there, I get some food. I talk to this guy, and he's like, I have another apartment, but it's like, you know, it's not as nice as the one that you booked. It's not as big. There's 3 of us. I'm traveling with 2 friends. And it's just not as big, but you know, it's a place to sleep, which ultimately, like, when it's the afternoon and you've just traveled somewhere and your place has been canceled, you kind of just want a place to sleep. But this is the bedroom, and it drives me crazy because this is what they do a lot in this part of the world. It seems they just kind of chuck beds into bedrooms and call it like good. And I worked really, really, really hard to find apartments that didn't do this, because that's just not enough space. I'm traveling with this couple for 5 nights, so 6 days, and like we need our space. So I really worked hard not to end up in rooms like this, and here we are. But anyways, the guy was nice. Like, he was apologetic, and again, I get it, it's not his fault, but you know, they're coming from England. I'm like messaging with them, and they don't have data, I don't have data, and we're just trying to find somewhere to sleep. So it was a bit chaotic, and again, this is all in 12 hours. I mean, less, because, you know, I did sleep for a few hours in there too, but I've only been in this country for 12 hours. But it's fine. We have a place to sleep, and I think that we'll probably try to find somewhere else for tomorrow night, because like I say, it's just not enough space.